Issue 51 of Defenders by Anthony Davis and Kevin Giffen. This issue is a smaller scale affair after the big Who Remembers Hank Scorpio story. It is mostly Batman fighting against a new villain called Ringman. Ringman is a very D-list baddie, but he keeps cropping up in all the books I read over the years. This cover, the artwork, is by Jorge Perez, and we actually begin with some wrap-up for Who Remembers Hank Scorpio. We have Samuel L. Jackson, the real one. He comes face to face with his evil robo-copy, Maxwell L. Jackson. And then 2 pages of the aftermath of the big fight. We have got some really good writing going on with Samuel L. Jackson. His brother just died, of course. And really, some of the resolution here is pretty essential to Who Remembers Hank Scorpio. I always felt bad that I didn't have a second copy of this issue to give away with the rest of the story. Like here, we have Moonman explaining how he MacGyvered his way out of Hank Scorpio's trap in issue 48. We have got this subplot that has been going on in the background with Russia Girl. She was a member of the team who was written out of the book by Gary Conman, who didn't last on the series. And then Anthony Davis quickly went to work in doing a story with her and her departure for Russia. She has been blackmailed and kidnapped by what she assumes is the KGB, but it's actually like a rogue faction involved with an evil scientist called Present. Down here, this is our first appearance of Present, or at least his hand, maybe. It could just be a random guard who was in charge of pressing the button to open up the door to his hideout. Present, he goes on to have a few notable appearances. He's in 3 or 4 different Kazar storylines, and he hangs around this book for this whole run. Velcro, she is enrolling in a college to learn more about human life and human society. Cue all the Kevin Giffen jokes about bureaucracy complicating things. Meanwhile, Batman, he finds that his office building is under attack by a supervillain called Ringman. Ringman has a very bad costume that immediately gets redesigned by Jason Byrne for his next appearance. Ringman, he is a goofy goofball villain, but he is somewhat appropriate for this book, and he fulfills a point of being a foil for Batman. Quick catch up with Kate Leff, aka the Cat. She doesn't have much to do this issue, so we have a page featuring her and Velcro's ex-husband, John. We have a lot of adverts, but also a lot of rants about capitalism. Ringman is very anti-capitalist, and Batman is obviously a rich billionaire industrialist. Anthony Davis and Kevin Giffen, they have mostly done a really solid job at maintaining the same tone and ideas from the Stephen Goebbels run that came before. We have the right mix of superhero drama, wackiness, and mature themes. I would maybe even offer the opinion that their approach was a tad better, since the politics of the book, they seem less like the rhetoric of the creator and more their commentary on these ideas. And there's still a fair bit of humour, but it's not overbearing. Like this story here and Who Remembers Hank Scorpio, there's still a lot of seriousness to it. I mean, the latter, it ended with a gay man killing himself because he didn't fit in. That doesn't really rhyme with Spanker and Dr. Angst. We are writing Velcro's husband out of the book, but don't forget the Hulk, he's a member of the team. So here is 2 panels showing him stealing some hot dogs because he is hungry. And back with Velcro at college, we are introduced to a new supporting character, a filmmaking student called Dollar Bill. Expect to see a lot more of him in this run. So Batman, he defeats Ringman and he counters most of his arguments about wealth and greed. But because he is Batman, he finishes off by getting depressed. And Velcro, she has made friends at her college. And as they leave to gather the pictures, we also tease a new villain called Lobo. He kills a litterer from an alleyway. And Lobo has a horrifically convoluted history and backstory. And part of the reason is because Kevin Giffen, he took the original idea for this character with him to DC and made him into the lunatic we all know and love, Pastiche. And so the Lobo introduced in Defenders, he became a mess of ideas to just not end up being like DC's lunatic. This is a decent downtime issue, although it's not entirely downtime. We have got some nice character stuff going on. We have a competent superhero fight with some socio-political punditry. We are introduced to a bunch of important characters and ideas that will continue to be important for the rest of this run. All I can say is sorry to Robin for not having this issue in that bunch of comics I gave away. I rate Defenders 51 7 thumbs up.